The story of Joseph, a journey from the pit to the palace. A long time ago in the land of Canaan, there lived a man named Jacob, who had 12 sons. Of all his sons, Joseph, the second youngest, was his favorite. Jacob gave Joseph a beautiful coat of many colors, which made his older brothers jealous. But Joseph's troubles didn't end there. He had dreams, strange dreams. In one dream, he saw sheaves of grain bowing down to his sheaf. In another, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed down to him. When Joseph told his family about these dreams, his brothers were furious.
"Do you think you will rule over us?"
They shouted. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers in the fields. When they saw him coming, wearing his colorful coat, their jealousy turned to hatred.
"Let's kill him,"
one said, but Reuben, the eldest, suggested.
"No, let's throw him into a pit instead."
So they stripped Joseph of his coat and threw him into a dry well. Soon a caravan of Ishmaelite traders passed by on their way to Egypt. The brothers sold Joseph for 20 pieces of silver, and the traders took him to Egypt. The brothers dipped his coat in goat's blood and showed it to Jacob, who believed his beloved son had been killed by wild animals. Jacob wept bitterly. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, a captain of Pharaoh's guard. God was with Joseph, and everything he did succeeded. But trouble came again. Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of wrongdoing, and he was thrown into prison. Even in prison, Joseph remained faithful to God. He interpreted the dreams of 2 fellow prisoners, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. His interpretation was true. The cupbearer was restored, and the baker was executed. 2 years later, Pharaoh had troubling dreams. In one, 7 fat cows were eaten by 7 skinny cows. In another, 7 healthy heads of grain were swallowed by 7 thin ones. No one could explain them until the cupbearer remembered Joseph. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh.
"I cannot interpret dreams,"
Joseph said humbly.
"but God can."
He explained that the dreams meant 7 years of plenty would be followed by 7 years of famine. Joseph advised Pharaoh to store food during the good years. Pharaoh was amazed and said, "Can we find anyone like this man? One in whom is the Spirit of God?" Joseph was made ruler over all Egypt, second only to Pharaoh. Just as Joseph said, 7 good years came and went. Then famine spread over the land, reaching even to Canaan, where Joseph's family lived. Jacob sent his sons to Egypt to buy grain. They came before Joseph but did not recognize him. Joseph tested them to see if they had changed. He secretly placed a silver cup in the sack of his youngest brother, Benjamin, and accused him of theft. But this time, Judah, one of the brothers, begged to take Benjamin's place. Joseph saw their hearts had changed. With tears in his eyes, Joseph revealed himself.
"I am Joseph, your brother."
The brothers were terrified, but Joseph forgave them.
"What you meant for evil,"
he said,
"God meant for good, to save many lives."
Joseph invited his whole family to Egypt. Jacob, old and filled with joy, came and saw his son again. He said,
"Now I can die in peace, for I have seen your face."
Joseph provided for his family, and they lived in the land of Goshen, under his protection. Even after Jacob died, Joseph told his brothers,
"Don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children."
Joseph lived a long life, and before he died, he reminded them that
God would one day bring them back to the promised land.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel.